In a coaching session, we sometimes find that we have this urge inside of us to challenge our client, to just come right out and challenge them. But how do we do it in a coaching session where the ideas aren't supposed to come from us? Stay tuned. I have come to this point in a coaching session sometimes where I feel like there's something the coachee is not getting, or the coachee is playing it safe, is holding back from going to the point of true growth in the session, in the conversation, at least the growth opportunity. At a time like that, I feel like I need to challenge my client. I've talked with a lot of coaches who, when they feel like they need to challenge their client, they try to challenge them in the form of a question. So they'll say something like, why don't you just go to your boss and tell them that you're uncomfortable with this new arrangement? So that's a challenge, but it comes across as kind of like questioning them, and it doesn't really feel like a challenge. But because I feel like I have to form it as a question, that's how it comes out. This is a myth in coaching, that we have to pose everything as a question, that we can't just come right out and question our client and challenge them to do something different. But there is a right way to do it, just from my perspective. Ask the client if you can take off your coaching hat for a second and just share an observation that you have, an insight that's come to you, and let the client do with it what they may. The client is always going to say yes, and then you just tell it to them. My feeling here is that you should be talking to your boss about this, that you should let them know that you're really uncomfortable with this new arrangement. What do you think about that? Now there's the question, right? I've posed the challenge. And then the question is, what do you think about that? Meaning, I've now given the challenge, but I've detached myself from it. Just as when we make any suggestion, observation, insight, we detach from it. And we didn't need to pose it as a question. What we did pose as a question is to find out what their thoughts are about that. It's totally okay if my client doesn't want to embrace the challenge and give it a try, right? Because as the coach, sometimes we have this intuition that we really know what our client should do, but we know that that's not necessarily what they should do. Many times our ideas are not good ideas because we're not living their life. We're not able to fully grasp the full context of the situation. Sometimes we fall prey to the idea that, oh, we've been here before, and the last time we've seen this situation, the client did this and it worked, and so therefore the client should do this in this situation because it seems the same. But we know how wrong that can be. That's why we always detach ourselves from these suggestions, these ideas, these challenges. Now your client is going to take it as a challenge, and they may feel, the coach is challenging me. I should probably take it on, or I look like I'm going against the coach. There's always that sense of obligation when we share an observation and insight, a challenge. And maybe with a challenge, it's even elevated, this idea that they need to do it. And that's why it's so important that you let them know, and maybe even remind them at the beginning of coaching sessions, in between coaching sessions, when you do check-ins to see how the coaching is going, that anytime I share an observation, insight, an idea, a challenge, you're never ever obligated to follow through on that as a way of honoring our relationship. Everything I share with you, I'm completely detached from, and it's up to you to decide if it's something you want to do with or not. When we clear that up with our coachee, then we release them from the need to feel obligated to honor the relationship by following through on the things that you suggest. I hope this helps you to think of challenging in a whole new way. And try it in an upcoming coaching session. When you feel that urge, take off your coaching hat and give it a try. I hope this idea helps. If you have your own way of sharing a challenge in a coaching session, please post it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. If you'd like to learn more about my coach training and certification programs as presented as a faculty member of the Center for Executive Coaching, please visit my dedicated website, bayareaexecutivecoachtraining.com. The next in-person seminar that I'll be presenting is in April of next year. And the next virtual seminar that will be presented by our founder will be in February of next year, meaning 2023. This video was recorded in 2022. And of course, you can join our distance learning program at any time throughout the year. All of the options are explained at the dedicated website. If you have questions, email me at michael@bayareaexecutivecoach.com. And please subscribe to the channel and share it with other coaches. Thank you very much. Very much.